Hello and welcome to Wake Up and Live with the Arts. I'm Sue Johnson, your host this afternoon here at the beautiful, venerable Rainey Institute on East 55th in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, you know, it takes a lot of folks to run an operation like the Rainey Institute, currently headed by Jennifer Harris, the executive director, and we've talked to many of the staff representatives, we've talked to many of the performing artists, and to show you how many folks it takes to keep this operation running, we are going to meet Dennis Campbell now. And Dennis, welcome to Wake Up and Live with the Arts.
Well, thank you for having me.
And in off-camera discussion, find out you're from a TV background yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell us, what was that like for you? When and where were you there?
When I graduated high school, which was in the last century, I wanted to go into television and radio production, and I got an internship at the local TV station.
And you were in Texas somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Which
I was
part
in
of
Midland, Texas.
I've heard of it.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
know where it is.
Remember a long time ago, Baby Jessica, the little baby
Yes,
that fell?
that was in the well.
That's Midland, Texas.
Okay.
And so I went to work there, KMID, Channel 2. I interned there, got a job there. Went through learning how to work cameras, work videotape machines, editing. I did still photography. At that time, we did commercials either with cameras or with 35 millimeter.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And so I would go and shoot 35 millimeter slide, come back in, process that, because I was taking film class at the college, so I knew how to develop film, and so I did that, worked on commercials, went promoted to what's called an on-air director. That's the guy who sits and runs the commercials. Then got promoted again to a Saturday morning. It was called Mexico Tejano, and I was the director for that show, and it was a live show, half-hour show. And so I did that. I also trained other employees that came in to be camera operators, how to set up studio, how to do lighting, and then I went to the military, served my country, came back.
Which division?
I was in the Army.
Okay.
And when I first went in, I was...
so you're a veteran?
I am.
Well, salute to you.
I was in Desert Storm.
Okay.
Desert Storm veteran, actually. Got married, got divorced, lived at home, met my now wife, who next month we will have been married 21 years.
Hot dog.
Yes, ma'am. And met her on the internet. Yep. Sure
21
did.
years ago?
Yes, I did.
Dang, I didn't know it was that old.
Right here in Cleveland for 21 years.
Is that how you got to Cleveland from
That
Texas?
is how I got.
By
I met
dating
her
online?
I met her in a chat room, and she said, "Can I call you?" I'm like, "Yes." Within 2 to 3 minutes, we were both laughing. Our very first date was me in Texas, her here in Cleveland, and we were both watching Cops. And the episode was Stupid Criminals. So we laughed. She came to visit, met my folks. She came back to Cleveland. I cried because she left. And I told my folks that's going to be the next Miss Campbell. I was here the following month, which was June, and then the following month, July, we were married.
Okay.
And we've been married for, we will be married 21 years in July.
Hot dog. Now, in terms of transitions, we got you from Texas, now we got you to Cleveland and your bride. How did we get you to the Rainey Institute?
Okay, I had a job, lost it. And I received a phone call from the then program director, Miss Beverly Brown, asking me if I wanted a job. And I'm like, yeah. So I came in to teach saxophone, and then I kind of made my position. I called myself the instrument custodian.
And I called you a materials manager.
Right. But the reason that I do that is because I don't handle anything other than instruments here.
Right.
So
you're instrumental materials management.
we can say that.
We just did.
Okay. So when I got here, I noticed that there was no way to keep track of the instruments that we had, and also keeping track of the instruments that were coming in, because Rainey gets a lot of instruments that are donated. Yes, ma'am. So what I did, took it upon myself. Once we moved from the old Rainey building and moved here, I begged and kind of finagled my way into a space that I can call my office. And then I went about the task of taking the instruments, assigning instrument numbers, and then taking that information and putting it on the computer.
Kind of inventory control type activities.
Exactly right.
Yes.
So we knew exactly what we had. So if anybody wanted to go, how many violins do we have? How many cellos do we have? How many violas do we have? Trumpets, clarinets, flutes, saxophones, trombones. How many of those instruments do we have here at Rainey? Before I did that, nobody could, you'd have to go in and got trombone over here. And I had everything in a centralized place, had everything also centralized on my computer. So if that question ever came up, go to the computer, we got 12 flutes.
Okay.
We got 15 clarinets. We got 9 saxophones. We got 30 violins. And then when you're looking at violins, the stringed instruments, they come in different sizes.
Yes, they do.
And so I had to break that down when we got into the stringed instruments. So that's how I kind of, made
evolved into this position.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you'll notice that he spoke about a lot of violins, violas, cellos, and so forth, stringed instruments along with the woodwinds and so forth, partially because of the music programs here, and El Sistema, which is a string orchestra. I've spoken of El Sistema often, along with all the other Rainey programs, special events, projects, services, performances. I mean, it's very comprehensive and serves little teeny tiny ones. They start with babies now in like daycare type settings, all the way up to approximately age 18, where some of the young folks stay around and become teachers and staff and so forth. Now, are you currently teaching in saxophone or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a student right now. We're kind of in a break, and so I know he's enjoying that, because I'm a pretty hard taskmaster when it comes to
tenor, alto, baritone.
He's on tenor.
Tenor,
but I play alto, tenor, soprano. The fingerings for those instruments are the same, but they are all what's called voiced differently.
Yes.
Alto saxophone is an E-flat instrument. The tenor saxophone is a B-flat instrument. So, but the fingerings for the notes are the same.
Same.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I still, after all these years, I'll tell you, was a Grover Washington fan, and I still have not overcome his having left the planet.
No, that
man could make me want to do very strange things with this baritone sax. I mean, that boy could play. Dave Koz isn't bad. I like him.
Dave's not bad at all.
Yeah.
He has a very distinct sound, just like Kirk Whalen, Gerald Albright.
Yeah.
Fantastic, phenomenal players. I had the opportunity to meet Kirk Whalen back when restaurant was downtown, the Fat Fish Blue.
I remember that vaguely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he came in, I think James Brown was in town, if I'm remembering this correctly. I think James Brown was in town, did a concert, And the radio station kept saying, well, we got the special guest coming to Fatfish Blue. So I'm sitting up there, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. My wife is like, what the heck is wrong with you? She couldn't sleep. We had the radio on, and they announced Kirk Whalum was going to be there. I about jumped out of my bed, and I was like, okay, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. I say, honey, I'm going. She's like, I don't care. Leave me alone. So I go, and I'm just kind of, is he in the building yet? No, maybe. So I walk around to the stage, and his horn. I'm like, I about fainted.
Okay.
Because it was his horn. I was like, his horn is there, so he's here. Come to find out, he was sitting at the door in a little booth with some other people. And he was the reason that I started back playing saxophone. He did a song, I can't think of the name of it right now. But it impressed me so much that I needed to pick my horns back up.
You got it.
And
inspiration, folks.
When I talked to him, I said, I wrote your email. I'm the born-again saxophonist. He goes, is that you? I'm like, yes, and thank you very much for inspiring me to pick my horns back up.
So as you can see, Rainey is full of talented folks on all levels, be they the Little Babies or the El Sistema Orchestra and all the other orchestras and musical performing almost said instruments, bands and orchestra, and their acting program, their drama program. I mean, you really have to connect with Rainey. Give them a call at 216-881, and it's 1766. Hold on, folks. Let me check that because I always mix it up with the famous year, 1766. So that's 216-881. What did I just say? 216-881-1766, or go to the website www.raineyinstitute.com to find out more about all of these fabulous programs. The youth summer program has already started. It might already be filled because it fills up quickly. They run over 200 kids, students, young folks through their youth camp. And we also want to give ourselves a plug, and maybe you'll be joining us that evening if you're around, but we are going to be doing a performance of Black and Blue Rhapsody right here at Rainey, June 1st and 2nd of this year. That's only 3 or 4 weeks away, 3 weeks. So stay tuned. We're going to meet some folks from Black and Blue Rhapsody and hope you'll want to join us at that performance. So thank you, my dear Monsieur Campbell. It was my delight in actually meeting you this time.
All right.
Chatting with you for a few minutes. And now, is it almost time to go pick up the grandkid and go play around?
Well, we're going to go to the library.
Okay.
They're all excited about that.
And wait a minute, let me stop. Do you hear that? Go to the library. Reading is still important. Ask an old reading English teacher.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so you go hang out with your grandkids.
We're going to do just
and
that.
your bride of 21 years. What's her name?
Her name is Janet.
Hello, Janet. Chat rooms 21 years ago. What did I know? You know, I still have never been on one, and I don't think I'll start. I'm scared of them.
I don't think they have them much anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oh, see, ask me how current I am.
Yeah, you kind of missed that boat.
Okay, Dennis, thank you so much, darling.
All right.
Look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay.
Okay. We're signing off on this segment of Wake Up and Live with the Arts, but don't go too far away because, as we say, be sure to wake up and live with the arts every day.